Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of. Whoa, 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 somewhere.
Hello, boys and girls. I'd like to tell you a story. It's a story from the Bible, God's holy word. This is the story of Noah and the big flood. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, God was very, very angry with people because people were very, very bad, and that made God very, very mad. Matter of fact, everybody in the whole world was very, very bad. And so God decided to punish everybody. Now, how would God punish people? Would God send them to bed without their supper? No. Would God give them a good spanking? No. God decided that God would drown every last man, woman, and child on the face of the earth. And while God was at it, God would also drown all of the animals. All of the puppies and all of the kitties and all of the lions and tigers and bears, all the animals in the world would be drowned too. Why would God do that? Did the animals do something wrong? No. The animals are what are called collateral damage. Can you say collateral damage? I knew you could. But there was one man that God liked, and his name was Noah. So God decided to save Noah. God told Noah to build a big, big boat, and he called it an ark. And God told Noah that he should take his wife and his sons and their wives and the whole family into this big boat. And God should also take the animals, or at least some of the animals. God told Noah to take 14 of some kinds of animals and just 2 of other kinds of animals. And so Noah built the boat, and he put his family in the boat, and he got the animals that he was supposed to into the boat. And then God shut up the ark so that it was watertight and there was no problem for Noah. And then God sent rain, lots and lots of rain. And rivers and lakes and oceans all flooded, and the whole world was covered with water. And the big boat, the ark, floated on top of the water. But all of the mommies and daddies, and all of the baby brothers and sisters and big sisters and big brothers, and all the children just like you, they all drowned. And if you'd been in a helicopter back then, of course they didn't have them back then, you could have watched Noah and that big boat floating safely on top of the water. And you also could have watched all of the dead bodies of all of the people and all of the animals in the world floating on top of the water. Wouldn't that have been a very nice sight to see? God had finally succeeded in punishing human beings. God killed them all except Noah. Well, once everybody was dead, eventually the waters began to go down until a dry land appeared again. And then Noah was able to get out of the boat and release all of the animals. And Noah was very thankful that he had been saved. And so he took a couple of the animals and he slit their throats and he killed them and he put them on a fire called an altar, and he burned them as a thanksgiving to God because he was so pleased and so thankful that God had spared him and his family. Well, what about God? Well, God kind of looked at everything and said, I don't think I want to do this again, but sometimes I know that I'm going to get very, very mad with people because they can still be very, very bad. And sometimes, God said, when I get angry, I forget. You see, God in that respect is kind of like people. When we get angry, we sometimes forget what we've said or what we're going to do. And, well, God, according to this portion of the Bible, is is very much like we are, except he's much bigger and much more powerful and much scarier, don't you think? So God said, I know what I'll do. I will put my bow up in the clouds. That's what we call a rainbow. And God said, the next time that I'm tempted to send a flood and destroy the whole world with that flood, I'll look at that bow and I'll remember my promise not to. Oh, but then later on in the New Testament, we're told that while God will not destroy the world with water anymore, God will destroy the world by fire. And then all of the bad people will be wiped out and then sent to hell. But the good people, like Noah, they'll go to heaven. Don't you want to be like Noah? I know I do, because the moral of this story is, don't make God angry, or God will kill you. And then, according to the New Testament, the good news, God will throw your little butt into hell. I hope you like this story, children. It's, again, from the Bible, God's holy word.